Hello everyone, Board Game Lawyer here. It is a Friday evening and I thought I'd try to do a core box beatdown tonight. And so I thought I would use as my hero this evening T'Challa, the Black Panther. My goal this evening is to play the Black Panther in his precon form and try to get through all three scenarios in the core box. So we start with Rhino, we move on to Klaw, and then we final out with Ultron. And so thanks for joining me this evening for this challenge. Let's take a look at the Rhino first. He has the break-in, which there is no basic setup for that. It's just if it threats out at 7, the game is over. We have Rhino, who in his standard form has one scheme to attack. And we have T'Challa, who says he has some foresight. So set up, search your deck for Black Panther upgrade, add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. I've yet to mulligan my first hand, so let's go through here and get rid of some cards and try to replace them with something else. So we're going to get rid of Luke Cage. We're going to be getting rid of the Med Team. I'll get rid of Counterpunch. We'll hang on to Wakanda Forever, Strength, and Black Panther. Drawing 3 more cards. Another Wakanda Forever. Get Behind Me, and a Vibranium. Convenient. Alright, so his ability says that his setup says he can search the deck for a Black Panther upgrade and add it to the hand. So let's go find one. Let's look at his deck and see which card we want to go find. Generally, it's an attack event is what I try to go for first. There is the Energy Daggers. And I think we'll grab that. Yeah, we'll grab the Energy Daggers because we can put those out on the table for 2 resources. We've got them here. Here is our Energy Daggers. We'll put those out on the table. We'll spend 2 resources, and we'll use our Strength to do that. Okay, Energy Daggers on table. We got Black Widow. We'll put her out on the table. She says, and these are the 3 resources we're going to use, Get Behind Me and Vibranium. So Black Panther has 2 thwart, or I'm sorry, Black Widow has 2 thwart, 1 attack. Interrupt: when a card is revealed from the encounter deck, exhaust Black Widow and spend a mental resource. Cancel the effects of that card, discard it, then reveal another card from the encounter deck. So exhausting Black Widow and spending a resource to get rid of an encounter card that we really don't want to deal with. So, alright. So let's flip over to our hero side. We have the Black Panther, who is now up. He has Retaliate. Let's look at his text. After this character's attack, deal 1 damage to the attacking character. So let's make some room here. We got Energy Daggers. We are going to go ahead and do a Wakanda Forever. And we'll spend a Wakanda Forever to do it. It says resolve the special ability of each Black Panther upgrade you control in any order. So we're going to use the Energy Daggers. And since this is the final step of this sequence, it's the only step, thus the final step, we're going to do 2 damage to Rhino. We'll exhaust Black Panther to do 2 more damage to Rhino. We'll exhaust the Black Widow to do a damage to Rhino. And we'll add 1 consequential damage to Black Widow. Go ahead and discard these cards. Wakanda Forevers. We'll advance the phase. And we'll turn things over to the Rhino. So let's look and see what we got in our hand. We've got the Panther Claws. We've got the Vibranium Suit. We've also picked up First Aid, the Helicarrier, and the Armored Vest. So, got some good gear. Alright, and we got some attack ability, moving of damage ability. So, we'll place 1 threat on the break-in. Rhino is going to attack Black Panther. Here's his boost card. His boost card is a 0 plus 2 for his attack. Does 2 damage to Black Panther. And he has that Retaliate, so we'll do 1 damage to the Rhino. We'll discard I'm Tough. Here's that encounter card, and it is a Hydra Mercenary. So let's look at Black Widow again. It says when a card is revealed from the encounter deck, exhaust Black Widow, spend a mental resource, cancel the effects of that card. So, and discard it. So we'll just leave the Hydra Mercenary out there on the table. And we'll move on over into Black Panther's turn. Advance the phase. Alright, so we do have Helicarrier. Always good to get a Helicarrier out, but This evening it would be at the expense of some of these Black Panther upgrades. I do think that we want to get at least the Panther claws out. Probably should have got those out earlier. Deal 2 damage to an enemy, 4 damage instead of this is the final step of the sequence. Probably should have went and grabbed the claws before I grabbed the energy daggers. But that's alright. We'll spend 2 resources for that, so we'll spend the vibranium suit, and we'll spend first aid. We'll also put out the armored vest, and we'll spend a helicarrier to do that. So now let's back the board up here, kind of space things out a little bit. So we have the claws, we'll set those there, energy daggers there, armored vest next to the Black Panther, Black Widow. We need to remove Hydra Mercenary before we can start doing damage to Rhino. So Black Panther is going to attack the Hydra Mercenary for 2. And then Black Widow is going to... no, she's not going to attack the Hydra Mercenary right now. I think what we're going to do is we're going to flip down into our Alter Ego form. And then we will end our turn advancing the phase over to Rhino. So now we got 6 cards. We did get a Wakanda Forever. We got a Shuri. We got Med Team. We got Mockingbird. The Power of Protection. Got some good cards in our hand. And we filled it up with 6. So we place 1 threat on the break-in. Rhino is going to scheme for 1 plus 0. So it goes up to 3. And then Hydra Mercenary has a scheme of 0. So he does nothing. Alright. So Rhino's going to draw his encounter card, and it is the Stampede. It says, when revealed Alter Ego form, this card gains Surge. Good thing we didn't get that. Dealt to us right to the face. Surges into, Shadows of the Past. Now, do we want to get rid of Shadows of the Past? I would really love to. Black Widow says, interrupt. When a card is revealed from the encounter deck, exhaust Black Widow, spend a mental resource, cancel the effects of that card, and discard it, then reveal another card from the encounter deck. So yeah, we're going to exhaust Black Widow. We're going to use the Power of Justice, because I don't really have any mental resources. That's a wild resource, to cancel Shadows of the Past. I think that's a good idea. And we're going to draw a different card, and it is the Enhanced Ivory Horn. Not near as much of a burden as Shadows of the Past would have been. So, not too sad to see that happen. Alright, so we have a Mockingbird. We got Wakanda Forever, Vibranium. If we put Shuri out, she allows us to go and find an upgrade and add it to our hand. But she does cost 2 to put out. And we got that Wakanda Forever that I would love to play. Let's do that. Let's get Shuri and put her out on the table. And we'll put her out for 2 resources, these Vibraniums here. Alright. And now we're going to go look for an upgrade. Upgrade. Let's look through our deck here. All cards. Looking for there's the Tactical Genius. Could put that out. Are there any other upgrades? Here's an upgrade, an Indomitable. After your hero defends, discard Indomitable. Ready your hero. How about we grab that? That's an upgrade we can grab, right? So she says, enters play, search your deck for an upgrade, add it to your hand. That's all we needed. Was 1. So we'll spin Mockingbird to put out Indomitable. We're going to flip over to our hero form. We're going to go ahead and play Wakanda Forever. So we'll spend 1 resource, which is the Med Team, to play Wakanda Forever. The Energy Daggers, they say deal 1 damage to the villain and each enemy engaged with that player. It's not an attack, right? So we can do that. So we're going to do 1 damage to the Rhino. We're going to do 1 damage to the Hydra Mercenary, which knocks the Hydra Mercenary out. So that's energy daggers. Then with the Panther claws, so this is deal 4 damage if this is the final step of the sequence. So that knocks Rhino all the way down to 3. Discard Wakanda Forever. Black Panther is going to attack the Rhino. Does that make sense? Or does it make more sense to remove threat? Tell you what we'll do. We are going to do 2 damage to the Rhino with Black Panther. Takes him down to 1. Shuri is going to remove a threat from the break-in. And yeah, that's going to be the end of the Black Panther's turn. So let's advance the phase. Turn things back over to Rhino. We draw up our hand size of 5. So we got energy, ancestral knowledge. We got tactical genius, counterpunch, and Wakanda Forever. Good time for those. Very good time for those, actually. So we place 1 threat onto the break-in. Rhino is going to attack. He's +1 because of that enhanced ivory horn. And he draws his... We're gonna defend this because we have +1 defense. 2, 3. Indomitable says, after your hero defends, discard Indomitable, ready your hero. So, yeah, we'll defend with Black Panther. We draw a card. It is 2, 3, 4, 5, -3. So I do 2 damage to Black Panther. We're going to ready him. Discard Indomitable. Discard Charge. And we retaliate for 1. Ooh. Didn't think about that before. Retaliate for 1, which knocks Rhino to his next phase. Next villain. So now we have that break-in and take-in side scheme, which I was trying to avoid from coming out onto the table. I don't think we did anything with Shuri earlier. We didn't put our... Yeah, we needed to put that consequential damage on Shuri. She's sitting at 1 damage right now. So now we go to our encounter phase, and we have to draw 2 because that retaliate hit Rhino. And I guess that's a forced response. It just says retaliate 1. So after he's attacked, deal 1 damage to the attacking character. So that's what we did. All right, our first one is a Hydra Bomber. It says, when revealed, choose to either take 2 damage or place 1 threat on the main scheme. Just put 1 threat on the main scheme for now. And then we'll draw this card, which is the Bomb Scare, and it has an acceleration token on it. It says, and I'll read it, when revealed, place an additional 1 threat here. So it starts with 2 and adds 1. All right, so Bomb Scare's on the table. The Hydra Bomber's on the table. We have an enhanced Ivory Horn. Rhino's got the break-in. He's got break-in and take-in. So a lot of things are happening for Rhino. But things aren't too shabby over here for Black Panther either. So, yeah, Black Widow, yeah, wouldn't have made any sense to try to stop either one of these. They're not too bad. So we do need to get rid of that break-in and take-in side scheme. We've got Tactical Genius, which says remove a threat from a scheme. 2 threat instead if this is the final step of the sequence. Kind of like that. So let's go for putting that out. Tactical Genius. Ooh, it could have counterpunched. After your hero defends against an enemy attack, deal damage to the enemy equal to your attack. Could have played that probably, but we decided to keep it in our hand. Probably not a bad idea. We're going to spend 2 energy, which is this Ancestral Knowledge. Excuse me. And counterattack to put out the Tactical Genius. So now we've got 3 of these Black Panther upgrades in play. And how about we're going to do Wakanda Forever. Nope. I think what we're going to do is Shuri is we're going to put 1 damage into Hydra Bomber. And that gives her a consequential damage. with Shuri. Now that Wakanda Forever that we just decided to play, now what it does is we trigger Tactical Genius, which removes a threat from a side scheme. So we'll take one threat off of the break-in and take-in side scheme. Next, we will do the Energy Daggers. We'll deal 1 damage to the villain and 1 to each enemy. So we hit him for 1. We also hit the Hydra Bomber for 1, so he's gone. And then finally, with the Panther Claws, we do 4 damage to Rhino. Alright, he's knocked down. Wakanda Forever is spent. Black Panther. Okay, Black Widow is going to knock that break-in and take-in side scheme out. And so is she. She's gone too. She's only got 2 health. Bomb scares on the table. The break-in. Black Panther's going to hit Rhino for 2. And that is going to end Black Panther's turn. So we'll do a little housekeeping here. Spread things out a bit. And we'll do our hand size. Ready everything up. We got Nick Fury. Power Protection. So this is a pretty good hand to go into the next round with. We'll see if we survive. So we do place 2 threat on the break-in, which brings it up to 6. Hopefully we don't see that advance. Rhino's going to attack for 3. We're going to block with Shuri because he's actually 3+1. And this boost card is 2. So Shuri is gone. She's knocked out. We'll get rid of this. Here's that encounter card, and it is hard to keep down. Heal Rhino for 4 damage. If no damage was healed this way, give him a surge card. So he goes up to 12. Not exactly one I wanted to see, but it could have been worse. Discard card. We've got Vibranium, the Power Protection, Nick Fury, Indomitable, and the Haymaker. Not enough to spend for everything. I got 8 cards left in my deck. And I do need to remove some threat this round. Otherwise, we'll be in some severe trouble going into the next turn. So can I do 12 damage? Nick Fury can do 6 damage. Black Panther can do 2. And I don't have 4 more damage that I can do currently. So Nick Fury may end up being... Let's see. So if I spend 4 to play Nick Fury, I can draw 3 cards. Maybe Wakanda Forever could get us where we need to be. Possibly. No? Alright, Nick Fury. We're going to spend a Haymaker. We're going to spend Indomitable. And that Vibranium to put out Nick Fury. And we're going to use his ability to draw 3 cards. So here's 1. Avengers Mansion. 2. Armored Vest, and 3 Emergency. No cards that I really wanted to see. I've already got Armored Vest on the table, so that was a terrible decision. Emergency says when the villain schemes, reduce the amount of threat placed on the scheme by 1. And if I'm not careful, I'll deck myself. So, how about we do this? Yeah, Nick Fury is going to remove 2 threat from the break-in. And how about... Black Panther? Removes 2 threat from the break-in? An advance would do us in pretty bad right now. So we place 1 damage onto Nick Fury. I am going to discard Avengers Mansion. I'm also going to discard the Armored Vest. I'm going to keep the Power Protection and Emergency on hand. And we'll end our turn drawing up our hand size. Okay, we did get a Wakanda Forever. That's good. I got Get Behind Me. When a treachery card is revealed from the encounter deck, cancel it with when revealed effects. The villain attacks you instead. Maybe. That might be a good decision. And we got Emergency in case he ends up scheming. Alright, so we place one threat on the break-in. Rhino's going to attack us. Nick Fury's going to jump in front of that attack. He attacks him 4. Caught off guard 1, so 3, 4, 5. And actually the break-in got 2 threat placed on it because of that acceleration. So let's finish up our action here. 3, 4, 5 damage onto Nick Fury. He's discarded. And the encounter card reads, Gang Up. I had a feeling that was going to happen. We have Get Behind Me, which in this case says the villain attacks you instead. So it's not really worth using right now. So he's going to hit us for 3, 4, plus 1 more, and it is 0. So he hits us for 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gang Up is discarded. Assault is discarded. Rhino's turn ends, and we advance a phase back over to the Black Panther. So I need to do 12 damage. We know that we can do at least 1 damage with the energy daggers. We can remove at least 1 threat with Tactical Genius, and we can do at least 2, maybe 4 damage with the Panther Claws. Wakanda Forever. Here's my terrible decision. Black Panther is going to remove 2 threat from the break-in. We're going to play that Wakanda Forever. We're going to use Get Behind Me to play it. So we're going to do 1 damage because of energy daggers. We're going to do 2 damage because of Panther Claws. And we're going to remove 2 threat because of the Tactical Genius. So we'll clear the break-in. I'm going to end my turn by discarding... Let's see. When he attacked me, did I retaliate? I don't think I did. So he should be 1 less during that last attack. 1 less hit point because he attacked me. Nope, he didn't attack me. He attacked Nick Fury. So there was no retaliate. Okay, so we're going to flip over to our alter ego form. As we're going to deck ourselves, we're going to have to deal an additional encounter card. So we're going to flip over to our T'Challa side. We're going to discard Emergency. Although Emergency says when the villain schemes, reduce the amount placed on a scheme by 1. It's also going to eat a slot in our hand if it doesn't matter. And I will discard the Power of Protection. We'll just hang on to Genius, and we'll end our turn. There we go. And of course, yep, there we went. We decked ourselves. Deck has been created from the discard pile. So we deal ourselves an encounter card, and we'll set it over here next to the break-in for now. All right, we're going to begin Rhino's turn. We place 2 threat on the break-in because of acceleration type icon. Here is the boost for his scheme. So it goes up to 3, or it goes up to 4 because of 1 and 1. Discard that. And deal ourselves another encounter card. So we'll set both of these over here. The first one reads, Affairs of State. You may flip to alter ego form. Choose Exhausted T'Challa, remove Affairs of State from the game, or choose and discard a Black Panther upgrade you control. Discard this obligation. I don't think we're going to get rid of a Black Panther card that upgrade that we control right now. So we'll just simply exhaust T'Challa to discard from the game. We'll move it to the victory display, so it's gone. And our second one is an advance. Eek. And we draw a 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2. Brings it up to 6. Now we're getting dangerously close to ending this game. We've got Genius, we got Tenacity, we got the Golden City, Vibranium, Counterpunch, and Armored Vests in our hand. Nothing spectacular at all. But we are going to advance the phase, and now it's Black Panther's turn. So the Golden City, that could be useful. We'll spend 2 Genius to put that out. Let's hang on to our Genius. Let's use Counterpunch, and we'll use Armored Vest to put out the Golden City. We'll exhaust the Golden City to draw 2 cards. The first one is Nick Fury, and the second one is Wakanda Forever. So those are good. Let's get rid of this false alarm. I think we might be able to win. Yeah, we can win this now, I believe. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 to put out Nick Fury, and then we got 1 resource, Tenacity, to spend for Wakanda Forever. So let's flip to our hero form. We're going to spend the 1, 2, 3, 4 to put out Nick Fury. When Nick Fury comes into play, it says that you can deal 4 damage to an enemy. So the 4 damage is going on to Rhino. And then we'll exhaust Nick Fury to do 2 more damage to Rhino. That gives him 1 consequential damage. Then we'll Wakanda Forever. So that Tenacity for Wakanda Forever. We'll remove a threat off of the break-in. Or we'll try to, anyway. We'll do 1 damage because of Tactical Genius onto the Rhino. And then we'll do 2 damage, 4 damage actually, for the Panther Claws onto Rhino. And Rhino is knocked out. So Black Panther makes his way through his first obstacle, Rhino. Rhino is defeated. So let's go up to our game here, and we'll do a soft reset of the game. We will load a scenario. We're going to bring Klaw out into the fray. Here comes Klaw. We're going to use the recommended modular sets for him in standard. And then we're going to load our pre-built deck, which is the Black Panther. All right, Black Panther into play. I'm waiting. There he is. Let's tighten up the board so we can see the cards. And we'll take a look at the text on Mr. Klaw. There we go. So we have the underground distribution, which says Klaw 1 and Klaw 2, standard encounter set, and the Masters of Evil. Search the encounter deck for the Defense Network side scheme, reveal it, shuffle the encounter deck, advance to stage 1B. We got the Defense Network on the table. We're going to go ahead and advance to stage 1B. It says on 1B, discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion's discarded. Put that minion into play, engage with the first player. Let's first look at the Defense Network that we brought out. It says, when revealed, place an additional 1 threat here, and it has a crisis icon on it. So let's discard cards until we find a minion. There's the Masters of Evil. There's Sonic Boom. Radioactive Man. One of my favorites. He comes into play. Discarding these cards here. Radioactive Man says that he has a force response. After Radioactive Man attacks you, discard 1 card at random from your hand. Okay, so underground distribution is done. It threats out at 6. We have the Defense Network on the table. We cannot remove threat from underground distribution while there's a Defense Network in play. We have a big, beefy minion out there on the table. Klaw has a scheme of 2, an attack of 0. When Klaw attacks, give him 1 additional boost for this activation. And of course, we already know how T'Challa works. So we have a Mockingbird on the table. We do have Panther's Claws in our midst here. We are going to mulligan off a Counterpunch, and we will mulligan off an emergency card. We'll hang on to the Power of Protection. We'll hang on to Energy. We'll hang on to Mockingbird, and we'll draw 2 cards. So we draw Indomitable, and we also draw Energy Daggers. So it would be possible for us to get both of our Black Panther upgrades on the table, and I kind of like that idea. So let's do this. Let's spend. So we'll have. Let's just group these together over here. So we need 4 resources to put these out. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How about if I hang on to Mockingbird for now? We'll spend the power of protection. We'll spend energy. Oh, you know what? I was able to go find an upgrade though, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. I'm able to go find a Black Panther upgrade and add it to my hand. That's one thing that's tough about mulliganing with Black Panther is that you oftentimes end up drawing into more cards than what you can play in a turn. And I think that's the case here, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I don't think any of the Black Panther upgrades are a 1. Let me look through my deck just to make sure. But I'm pretty sure they all cost 2. Alright, so the other ones would be the Vibranium Suit, which lets us shift damage. And then the other one's going to be that Tactical Genius, I believe. And it is right here. Yeah, removing threat. Those are both nice. Let's grab the Vibranium Suit. We'll put that into our hand. So we will spend 4 resources. We're going to spend the power of protection. We're going to spend Indomitable. Let's close out our menu here. And energy. So that's 4 resources to put out Panther Claws and Energy Daggers. And then we'll hang on to the Vibranium Suit. We'll hang on to Mockingbird. And we'll end our turn. Or do we discard Mockingbird? There's not too many allies in the precon decks, and so we might just hang on to those for now. Let's go ahead and advance the phase so it draws cards back up into our hand. We got the Golden City, that's good. And we got some Vibranium, we got the power, we got some good cards just now that we drew. So we place 1 threat on Underground Distribution. Klaw is going to scheme for 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, so it gets it up to 4. And then Radioactive Man's going to add 1. He does not trigger anything because he only has a force response on his attack. So Underground Distribution is done. Klaw's going to draw an encounter card, which is an Illegal Arms Factory. Ooh. It says when revealed, place an additional 1 threat here, so it's up to 4. And it has a hazard icon on it, meaning that's going to draw additional cards. So we need to start thinking about cleaning up Klaw's side of the table. It's getting kind of hairy over there. We are definitely going to put out the Golden City. We're going to spend 2 resources to do that. So we're going to use Vibranium to put out the Golden City. We're going to exhaust the Golden City to draw 2 cards. So we have a First Aid, and we have a Wakanda Forever. Can Wakanda Forever take down Radioactive Man? I believe it can. But it does 4 damage, 1 damage. So that's 5. T'Challa 6, 7. But we risk Underground Distribution going off. We can't do anything about the threat that's on Underground Distribution because we have the Defense Network on the table. And the Illegal Arms Factory is causing problems too. So we don't have any damage on ourselves right now. So that Vibranium Suit will not even shift damage at this point. So it might be that we could remove a threat with Mockingbird if I decide to bring her out and then play Wakanda Forever. 1, 2, 3 Vibranium Suit to pay for Wakanda Forever, We get rid of radioactive man and we keep underground distribution. We can't keep underground distribution from going off. The only thing we can do is maybe stop Klaw from attacking by using Mockingbird. We could put Med Team on the table. We've got that power of protection. Let's do this. Let's flip over to our hero side. Black Panther's going to hit Radioactive Man for 2. We will Wakanda Forever, and we'll use our Med Team for our first aid for that. So we do 1 damage to the villain, knocks Klaw down 1, 1 damage to Radioactive Man, that knocks him up to 3, and then 4 damage because of the Black Panther claws on the Radioactive Man. Radioactive Man is defeated. So that's 1 obstacle down and out of the way. Power protection. We could put Med Team out. That would heal us up. Klaw is no doubt going to attack us for a pretty good amount since he draws 2 boost cards. Vibranium, or we could put Vibranium Suit out. I think we'll put the Vibranium Suit out. That's kind of like a healer. So we'll spend the power of protection and Med Team to put out the Vibranium Suit. And we'll end our turn. Advance the phase. The 5 cards we have are Mockingbird, Armored Vest, Ancestral Knowledge, Vibranium, and Haymaker. Now we'll keep in mind that we do have Retaliate now that we're over in our hero form. I generally forget that ability. I oftentimes overlook special abilities on these guys, and it's always to my detriment. So Underground Distribution is going to pop. It goes up 1. Discard it, and that brings out the Secret Rendezvous, which the side 2A says, discard cards from your counter deck until a minion's discarded. Put that minion into play, engage with the first player, and advance to stage 2B. So here we go. Assault. Weapons Runner comes into play. Discard card. That's probably not a bad one. Discard cards from the counter deck. Minions discarded. Put him into play. So he's not going to surge because he's not revealed. Flip Secret Rendezvous, and it says this stage is completed. The players lose the game. So if Secret Rendezvous hits 8, we're done. So now Klaw attacks us. He's going to attack us 4. There's the first one is an advance. Second one is a 1. So Klaw hits us for 1. And then Weapons Runner is going to hit us for 1. And we don't forget that Black Panther is going to retaliate against Klaw, and he's going to retaliate against the Weapons Runner. So we'll discard both of these guys. These boost cards. We got the hazard on the table, so we'll draw 2 encounter cards. The first one is an Armored Guard. So we have yet another minion on the table. The next one is Melter. We have 3 minions on the table now. The engaged player must defend against Melter with an ally they control if able. This is looking not great. So let's put Melter over here. The Armored Guard up here. Yeah, we need to do something here. We need to take care of some business. I do not have a Wakanda Forever. We do have a Haymaker. Haymaker could knock out the Armored Guard. But we'd have to knock that tough off first. Mockingbird could come into play, knock out that tough card. But I would not be able to... Yeah. Melter. Engaged player must defend against Melter's attack with an ally they control if able. Not looking so good. The Armored Guard doesn't really do much scheming. The Weapons Runner, if we could knock him out, and if we could begin to whittle away. Got that haymaker. How about this? I think we're going to flip down this turn. If I flip down, there's really no urgency to play any of these cards other than potentially the haymaker. Yeah. How about I do that then? Haymaker. Who would the haymaker make sense on? Black Panther attacks the melter for 2. Right? Yes. He haymakers him using that vibranium for 3 more. That gets rid of the melter. Melter's gone. Now we flip down. We can use the Golden City to draw 2 cards. 1, 2. Now there's that Wakanda Forever. Ancestral Knowledge. Choose up to 3 different cards in your discard pile and shuffle them into your deck. Really like that. It's an alter ego action. That's an event. Alright, so Mockingbird comes into play. We're going to spend Vibranium and the Armored Vest to put her out. That's going to stun Klaw. Mockingbird is going to attack the Weapons Runner, knocking him out. So we just have that Armored Guard on the table. Ancestral Knowledge. Choose up to 3 different cards in your discard pile and shuffle them into your deck. So we'll spend Wakanda Forever to play the Ancestral Knowledge to go find 3 cards in our discard pile. Shuffle them into our deck. So we will go grab a Wakanda Forever. I'll set that up here for now. We'll grab a Vibranium. And we'll also grab... Can we grab another Wakanda Forever? Now when it says 3 different kinds, let me read that. It says, choose up to 3 different cards in your discard pile and shuffle them into your deck. This Wakanda Forever does not match the Wakanda Forever that's on the table because they have a different energy type. So I'm not sure if Ancestral Knowledge will allow us to grab 2 Wakanda Forevers. So what I'll do instead is I will grab, how about the energy card? We'll just do that instead. I don't think you can go wrong with having too much money in this game. So Ancestral Knowledge is discarded. And we'll take these 3 cards, move them onto the top of the deck, and then we'll shuffle twice. 1, shuffle again, 2, and our deck is shuffled. Alright, that's going to end Black Panther's turn. We're going to ready everything up, advance the phase. I should be drawing 6 cards. So I got the Helicarrier, I got Wakanda Forever, Tenacity, Avengers Mansion, Indomitable, and the Armored Vest. We place 1 threat on Secret Rendezvous. Scheme with Klaw for 1+2, so we're halfway to our threat threshold on Secret Rendezvous. We'll discard Caught Off Guard. Armored Guard has a scheme of 0. And we draw 2 encounter cards because of Illegal Arms Factory. So our first one is here. Our second one is here. First one reads, Sound Manipulation. When revealed, Alter Ego Klaw heals 4 damage. If no damage was healed this way, this card gains Surge. So Klaw began with 2. So he's at least going to heal for 2. Sound Manipulation is discarded. Our second encounter card reads, Masters of Mayhem. When revealed, each Masters of Evil minion attacks the hero it's engaged with. If no attacks were made this way, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a Masters of Evil minion, put it into play, engage with you, then shuffle the encounter deck. So let's go look at our lost pile, because there was a Masters of Evil minion in there that I thought that I might like to bring back. All cards, the Melter. Yeah, we'll put Melter on the table. Discarding Masters of Mayhem. And we'll shuffle our encounter deck. Even though we didn't look in it, it tells us to shuffle the decks. So Melter is on the table. Klaw's turn is done. Let's look at our hand again. Here's our 6 cards. We will advance the phase, and it's Black Panther's turn. All right, so right out of the gate, we're going to do the Golden City. And we'll draw 2 cards. So the first one is a Wakanda Forever. Second one is Get Behind Me. So I think we'll definitely be playing some cards this turn. Some Wakanda Forevers, no doubt. All right. Yeah, let's do that. Let's flip to our hero side. We're going to begin by let's spend an we got the Helicarrier and the Avengers Mansion in our hand, but we got 2 Wakanda Forevers. Let's keep our Wakanda Forevers together for now. We'll be playing those first, no doubt. And then, so we'll need 2 resources for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so with Get Behind Me and the Armored Vest and Indomitable, we can put out the Helicarrier. The Helicarrier we will exhaust to play a Wakanda Forever. So the first Wakanda Forever knocks 1 threat off of a scheme. Oh, no, we don't have that one out. Ooh, we don't have the ability to knock threat off of that. So we will have to probably use Black Panther and Mockingbird to take out the defense network. So the first one that we're going to do is the Energy Daggers, which will do 1 damage to the villain and each enemy engaged with us. So 1 damage to Klaw, 1 damage to the Armored Guard, and 1 damage to Melter. Then we remove damage from ourselves, 1 damage from our hero to an enemy. So let's move 1 damage from Black Panther over to the Armored Guard. Yeah. And then for our final action in the sequence, we're going to do 4 damage to Melter using the Black Panther claws. So Melter is discarded. That's good. Yeah. Next, we will play another Wakanda Forever. And we'll spend the Avengers Mansion to do that? Yeah. Well, let's hang on the Avengers Mansion. We might be able to use that yet. We'll spend Tenacity to play the second Wakanda Forever. And that will allow us to move 1 damage from Black Panther to the Armored Guard. So we're going to heal Black Panther for 1. Hit the Armored Guard for another. That is the Vibranium Suit. Then the Energy Daggers does a damage to Klaw, and Armored Guard is discarded. Right? And then we do 4 damage with the Panther Claws onto Klaw. And that's great. But I can only do three thwarts, so we might as well remove it from the defense network. So using Mockingbird, she takes 1 consequential damage, and 2 from Black Panther will discard the defense network. We'll choose to either leave Avengers Mansion in our hand, probably not. Yeah, let's just discard Avengers Mansion. We'll end our turn. We need to discard Wakanda Forever. Discard, advance the phase. We got 2 Wakanda Forevers, a strength, a counter punch, and we have Nick Fury. Place 1 threat on Secret Rendezvous. Klaw is going to attack, but he's not because he's stunned. So we draw 2 encounter cards. The first one, and here's the second one. First one reads, Tiger Shark. Force response after Tiger Shark attacks. Give him a tough status card. So he attacks with 3. And then our next one is Sound Manipulation. I don't think that's good. Take 2 damage. Klaw heals 2 damage. So, not too bad. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Could be worse. Sound Manipulation is discarded, and the Klaw's turn is over. Alright, with 2 Wakanda Forevers, a Counterpunch, Nick Fury, Strength, Golden City. Ooh, I got an idea. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Tiger Shark schemes for 1. Illegal Arms Factory draws 2. Golden City. Bear with me while I figure out how this turn is going to play out. Exhaust the Helicarrier to play Wakanda Forever. We're going to do 1 damage to Klaw. 1 damage to Tiger Shark. That was with the Energy Daggers. Next, we're going to move some damage from Black Panther over to Tiger Shark. And then for our last Wakanda Forever, we're going to do 4 damage to the Tiger Shark. So Tiger Shark is discarded. And so is Wakanda Forever. We can certainly get rid of that Illegal Arms Factory. I would love to be able to do that. Nick Fury. Wakanda Forever. Wakanda Forever. Let's do Wakanda Forever. We'll use the Counterpunch to play Wakanda Forever. So with the Energy Daggers, we do 1 damage to Klaw. With Vibranium Suit, we heal Black Panther all the way up to 11. And we do 1 damage to Klaw. And then with the Panther Claws, we're going to do 4 damage to Klaw, discarding Wakanda Forever. So those 3 went off. Black Panther is going to remove 2 threat from the Illegal Arms Factory. Mockingbird is going to remove a threat from the Secret Rendezvous. Golden City, because we're going to be flipped over to our alter ego form. Draw 2 cards. Get behind me. And Tactical Genius. Ooh. Well, we're probably going to deck ourselves anyway. Yeah, so let's do this. We're going to put out Nick Fury. We're going to spend all 4 of these resources to put out Nick Fury. Instead of drawing cards with Nick Fury, we're going to use his ability that I never use, which is to remove 2 threat from a scheme. So Illegal Arms Factory is gone. Discard that. I never use Nick Fury for his remove threat ability. I just did it to get rid of that Illegal Arms Factory. And then with Nick Fury, we're going to remove 2 threat from the Secret Rendezvous. Brings it down to 2. We used Mockingbird for what purpose? We removed a threat with her, and that did the final consequential damage onto her. So we need to discard her. Wow. What a game so far. All right, let me take a look and see how many cards are in the encounter deck. So there's 14 cards left in that encounter deck over there. We're going to end our turn advancing the phase. We do have 1 card left in our deck. We got Shuri. We got Luke Cage. We got Vibranium, Genius, Med Team. Wow. And let's see, Golden City says exhaust Golden City, draw 2 cards. Not bad. So we place 1 threat onto the Secret Rendezvous. Klaw is going to scheme for 2 plus 3. Really? I drew a 3? I schemed out? Oh, man. When this stage is completed, the players lose the game. I would have never imagined I was going to draw a 3. I thought I was safe. I was getting ready to do like a victory lap. That's not going to happen today, folks. Not in this game. What a shame. So yeah, Klaw defeated us. So that ends my attempt to race through the core box. Bummer. Sorry to let everybody down. We did not make it to Ultron. I thought for sure we were going to be good there. But let me draw the next card and see what it would have been. It would have been a 1. So if we would have drawn the Armored Guard instead of the Sonic Converter, and then drew the Sonic Converter in its place, it says attached to Klaw. Klaw attacks, damage a character, stun the character, whatever. Oh, man, bummer. I had a good turn going in the next one. If I would have played the Golden City and drew 2 cards, I would have got an energy card. Let's cycle the deck back. Of course, we'd have had to deal ourselves an encounter card because of that. But the next card we would have had Ancestral Knowledge. Yeah, we could have went and dug to get threat removal with Shuri. We could have got, we could have had a really good turn. But, that's just the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes the villain schemes out. Sometimes you lose the damage. Some things bounce in your favor. So I think it was still a fun game regardless. Just a little bit disappointing there at the end that I just miscalculated how low the threat threshold is on Secret Rendezvous. But anyway, thanks for watching my playthrough today. It looks like we're just about at 1 hour. I am the Board Game Lawyer. You can catch me on Discord. You can catch me on YouTube, here on Twitch. Thanks for watching my stream today. And I hope to bring you another game again this weekend. So everyone enjoy your Friday evening, and we'll talk to you later.